We are at a critical juncture. AI is moving very aggressively out of the cloud and into the physical world.
Right.
It's in our factories, our cars, and even in your medicine cabinet.
It's what NVIDIA's CEO called the ChatGPT moment for physical AI. And that's not just an upgrade. This shift, it really changes everything about how we live and work.
Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we're unpacking a huge stack of sources, all coming out of CES 2026.
And they're all focused on that one intersection, AI meeting the real physical world.
Our mission today is to, guide you through these massive breakthroughs. We're talking autonomous machines, the new chips that power them.
And some really unexpected stuff, like how ChatGPT is being used in healthcare and the controversies that are already popping up.
Okay, let's get into it. To understand this physical AI revolution, we had to start with the hardware, with the muscle and the mind, and that means NVIDIA.
Yeah, Jensen Huang really set the tone. His big claim was the ChatGPT moment for physical AI is here.
That's a bold statement. What does he mean by that exactly?
Yeah. He's trying to put physical automation on the same level as, the huge productivity jump we all saw with language models.
So if we strip away the marketing hype, what's a simple way to define physical AI?
It's machines that don't just process data. They see, they reason about what they see, and then they act in the real world.
So we're moving past simulations. This is code that's actually running a factory or, driving a car down the highway.
Exactly. And the star of their show was this system called Alpamayo.
Right. They called it the world's first thinking, reasoning, autonomous vehicle AI. That language. Thinking and reasoning. Is that real or is it just a good tagline?
I think it's a legitimate leap. It's all about something called end-to-end learning.
Okay.
So with old autonomous driving systems, you had all these separate steps. The car sees, then it builds a map, then it identifies objects, then it plans a path.
It's like a slow step-by-step assembly line.
Right. And any error in one step just messes up everything that comes after. Alpamayo, it skips a lot of that. It takes the raw video from the cameras and translates it directly into driving actions.
Oh, it's learning more like a human does. You see something, you react.
Precisely. It's much faster, more fluid. It can handle new situations it's never seen before because it's not just following a rigid set of rules.
And they showed this in action. The sources mentioned a partnership with Mercedes-Benz, with a demo of the car handling tricky turns and even avoiding pedestrians.
But that powerful mind needs the right hardware to run on, and that's where their new platform, Rubin, comes in.
So Rubin, 6 new chips. What's the core idea here? What makes this a revolution and not just, the next model up?
Scalability. That's the whole game. The problem before was that the computers you needed for this kind of AI were too big, too hot. They used way too much power.
Not practical for a million cars.
Not at all. You can't put a data center in a Toyota. Rubin is designed to get all that thinking power into a much smaller, cheaper, and more efficient package.
So it makes autonomous machines not just possible, but actually scalable across the whole economy.
Exactly. And it's not just for cars. They made that super clear.
Yeah, they brought the BD-1 droids from Star Wars out on stage.
Which was a great visual, right?
Yeah.
It's telling everyone this is for enterprise first. Think factory bots, delivery drones, construction equipment.
So the business case is clear there.
Much clearer. The sources are saying that while we might see some robotaxi pilots in 2027, these enterprise robots are going to be adopted way, way sooner.
We have to talk about the human side of this, though. If this takes off, we're looking at millions of jobs being displaced. Driving, logistics, labor unions are definitely watching this.
It's the critical, uncomfortable truth under all the cool tech. The scale of job replacement could be historic.
I still wrestle with prompt drift myself when asking AI for basic tasks. The idea of trusting that same kind of intelligence with an entire fleet of trucks, that's a huge leap of faith.
So if the hardware is ready and the software can reason, what's the realistic timeline for seeing mass adoption of these automated enterprise systems?
Enterprise robots will arrive faster than consumer robotaxis, probably before 2027. Okay, so zooming out from just NVIDIA, CES 2026 really showed this was the theme everywhere. Amazon, Google, Lego. Everyone is focused on AI meeting the physical world.
Right. This is edge AI becoming a reality. The processing is happening right there on the device.
Not in some distant data center.
Exactly. The intelligence is local. It's in the forklift. It's on your laptop. It's on a ring on your finger.
Let's talk about some of those specific examples because they really show how broad this is.
Oh, the scope was amazing. You saw robot forklifts just zipping around warehouses on their own, and AI-powered Lego sets that, use computer vision to give you custom instructions based on the bricks you have.
And it's hitting consumer devices in a big way, too.
A huge way. HP refreshed their OmniBook laptops with a ton of local AI power. This means it can do things like complex video editing or live transcription without needing to be connected to the internet. The power is moving inside the machine.
The one that really stood out to me, though, was the smart ring.
The AI smart ring, yeah. It has enough local compute to listen to your work meetings and summarize them for you in real time.
An always-on, always-listening synthesizer on your hand.
You can't get more edge than that. It's the ultimate localized integration.
Whoa. Just imagine scaling that single AI architecture. It's managing a factory floor, then the logistics network, and now it's in all our gadgets. The scale of that it's just incredible.
So looking across all these new devices, which one really holds the most surprising local AI power?
The AI smart ring listening to meetings suggests maximum localized integration. All right, let's shift from hardware to the models themselves.
Yeah.
And the regulatory challenges that are coming with them.
Yeah, on the image generation side, there was a big win for Alibaba.
With their new model, Qwen Image 2512.
Right. And it's outperforming Google's Nano Banana Pro in quality tests.
What's the big deal there? Beyond just making nicer pictures, what problem did it actually solve?
Two big ones. First, it gets rid of that weird, uncanny AI look that a lot of generated images have. But second, and this is huge for anyone using it commercially, it can finally handle text perfectly.
It's been a major hurdle. Why was it so hard for AIs to just spell words correctly inside an image?
It's about precision. The models understood the whole scene, the vibe, but they struggled to arrange pixels into stable, perfect letters. Qwen seems to have finally cracked that problem.
So that's a clear technical win.
Yeah.
But then you have the other side of the coin, Grok from XAI, which caused a huge regulatory firestorm.
Oh, yeah. That was the big controversy of the week. Its edit image feature was immediately used by people to create some really disturbing, awful content. The sources specifically mentioned undressed kids.
It was just appalling.
Absolutely. And the EU regulators were furious. XAI had to come out and admit they messed up, that their safety filters just completely failed.
It's a perfect example of how capability just races ahead of safety.
But what's so fascinating is the contrast. While this public controversy is raging, what's happening behind the scenes?
High-level government adoption. The sources say the U.S. War Department is planning to integrate Grok into their Gene AI mill system.
For about 3 million people, rolling out early 2026. This is a massive defense deal for XAI, happening right in the middle of a public safety crisis for the exact same model.
It's an incredible tension.
It really is.
So does this rapid military adoption suggest that regulation is just lagging way behind capability?
Yes. The pace of defense adoption significantly outruns any regulatory backlash.
Let's shift gears completely now, away from cars and defense to something very human. Health. The numbers coming out from OpenAI are staggering.
Truly staggering. Over 40 million people are using ChatGPT every single day just to navigate healthcare.
40 million daily.
Which means, by default, it's already the biggest health assistant on the planet. And they never even set out to build one.
What are people asking it? Is it, I have a cough, what is it?
It's actually more administrative, which I think is the most interesting part. They're getting between 1.6 and 1.9 million insurance questions every single week.
Every week?
Yeah. People are asking it to compare insurance plans, help them appeal denied claims, figure out confusing medical bills.
So it's become a bureaucratic assistant for the healthcare system.
Exactly. And the timing is really telling. 70% of these chats are happening outside of normal clinic hours. It's become the midnight second opinion for people.
And the sources pointed out how critical this is for rural users. 600,000 messages a week from areas with low doctor access.
The AI is filling a massive gap in the system. And with the end of some Affordable Care Act subsidies, you might see even more uninsured people turning to this as their first option. It's driven by necessity.
It's not all bad news, though. The data did show a huge positive. The AI is actually catching errors in billing and claims that even trained humans sometimes miss.
That's the incredible potential. But you have to pivot immediately to the risk.
Of course.
Lawsuits have already started over bad advice. So OpenAI is now managing a de facto medical platform, whether they like it or not. The users decided what it was for.
Which means the warning has to be said loud and clear.
Absolutely. You have to double-check any high-stakes health advice you get from an AI. The risk is just too high to blindly trust it.
With that incredible volume, 40 million users a day, is it being used more for administrative or for diagnostic advice?
The use skews heavily administrative, answering millions of insurance and billing questions weekly. Okay, so let's tie this all together. We have NVIDIA's new hardware, AI getting embedded in everything, these regulatory fights, and ChatGPT accidentally becoming a health navigator. What's the big idea?
The biggest takeaway for me is that AI is fundamentally shifting. It's not just a digital tool anymore. It's becoming a core part of our physical and societal infrastructure.
Right. NVIDIA gave us the chips, the Rubin platform, and the autonomous mind, Alpamayo, to make that physical AI scalable.
And we're seeing that scale everywhere. From factory floors to that smart ring on your finger, total integration is here.
And at the same time, in the digital world, these general models like ChatGPT are just taking on these huge high-stakes roles that no one planned for.
We're seeing atoms and bits just rapidly converging. And the impact of that, the job losses, the ethical problems, but also the life-saving potential, it's all accelerating way faster than our ability to even understand it, let alone regulate it.
The world is changing under our feet faster than policy can keep up.
We really appreciate you taking this deep dive with us. Understanding this gives you a real shortcut to seeing where technology is heading next.
So a final thought for you to chew on. Given that 5% of all ChatGPT chats globally are about health, high-stakes field it took over by accident, what's the next domain? Is it law?
Finance.
Education? What will a general AI accidentally become the dominant player in next, just because of sheer user need? Something to think about.